Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's get raw, okay? It's about to get real. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me. And today, you guys, I wanted us to talk about the 10 things that I wish I had grasped earlier. Yes, grasped earlier, not learned earlier, because I mean, you know, life be teaching us lessons, and I don't know if it's just me, and I don't know if it's because I'm slow or whatever, but listen, I really wish I had grasped these things a lot earlier, because it really would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of heartache. Okay, so these are just the 10 things that, you know, have been life lessons for me, and I feel like at this point I've gotten it, you know. I feel like at this point it has clicked, it has registered. Girl, you know, this is what's up, you know. So yeah, so I wish I had just saved myself the trouble, honestly, and just gotten it already, at least by the second time, you know, because you know how life is, right? If you don't learn your lesson the first time, you will go through it again and again and again, and if you're me, again, you know, until you finally get it. Because learning the same thing over and over and over again, it is not nice, okay? It is not nice. And the more times you have to learn the same lesson, the more it hurts. And I'm absolutely sure that there's more than 10, of course, but these are the 10 top ones that just came to my mind when I was thinking of making this video. And maybe you guys will be watching and you'll be like, me too, I really wish I had gotten that. Or maybe actually watching this video will actually help you to get it, okay? Learn from me, learn from my mistakes, learn from my slowness, okay? You don't have to go through everything in your life, okay? You can learn from other people's mistakes. In fact, it's advisable too. So let's just get into it, right? What is number one? Number one is stop comparison. Stop comparison, just that. Stop comparing yourself, stop comparing your life, stop comparing your achievements, your relationships with anybody else's. Okay, there is no one person who is the standard, and we all just have to work towards catching up with this person. Nobody is perfect, you guys. And so when you compare yourself in any degree, on any level, with anybody else, you are just causing yourself a whole lot of misery, okay? So I wish I had gotten this earlier, because listen, if you're familiar with the quote that says comparison is the thief of joy, then you know just how painful comparison is. You know how painful it is when you compare yourself to other people. You know how painful it is when other people, you know, compare you to somebody else, because one, you are never going to be that person. Like, no matter what you do, no matter how you try. Listen, you could be the same age, the same gender, in the same profession, but you will never be this person. And that person's accomplishments and that person's life is theirs, you know, and you have your own lane, you have your own race to run, and you have your own life to live to the absolute best of your ability, you know. And comparing yourself to somebody else only really holds you back, because you are so focused on this other person's, you know, whatever that you're focused on, that you don't even live your own life, and you don't even, you know, push yourself to achieve some level of greatness in your own life. So yes, definitely. Number one is stop comparing in any way, honestly, you know. Just be comfortable being yourself, be happy with where you are right now, you know, while you work towards whatever it is that you want in the future. But yeah, don't compare yourself to anybody. Because the other thing about comparison is that when you compare yourself to somebody else, you're kind of telling yourself that you are less than in some way, you know, that you are lacking in something. And we all know we're not lacking in anything, we're just all very different. and we're all at different stages in our lives. And I mean, what's yours will come to you. Enjoy your life, enjoy your season, enjoy yourself. You know, there really is only one you. And don't rob the world of it, you know? Don't look at somebody else and want to be that and forget the greatness that is you. Number 2 is be okay with not being liked. It's really not such a hard idea. Be okay with not being liked, because listen, you're not for everybody. You're just not, unfortunately. I mean, you're amazing, you're great, you're awesome and everything, but you're not for everybody. And not everybody's going to like you, and that is okay. Okay, somebody not liking you doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just happens. Some people don't like ice cream, some people don't like chocolate. That doesn't stop ice cream from being ice cream and chocolate from being chocolate. You know, you'll just be for who you're for, and everybody else, it's okay, you know, let them miss out on the greatness that is you. No, but seriously, you guys, be okay with not being liked. It's really not the end of the world. And I mean, if you think about it, why do you want to be liked by everybody when you don't even like everybody? You know you don't like everybody, so, and that's okay, you know. The people that you don't like, somebody else is crazy about them. It's just how life works, okay? So don't let somebody not liking you diminish from, you know, who you are or take something away from you. It happens, and it's okay. You know, and in fact, sometimes it's a good thing when somebody doesn't like you. You know, there's just people that you look at and you're like, no, it's okay, stay over there, don't like me, I'm okay with that. You know, you don't have to be liked by everybody. In fact, you won't be liked by everybody, and just be okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, what matters more than anything is how you feel about yourself, is if you like yourself, you know? And when you like yourself, nothing else really matters. When you've accepted yourself, nothing else really matters. And that acceptance will just draw people towards you that will love you and accept you in the same way, you know? Instead of you trying so hard to get somebody who probably will never like you, trying to get that person to like you, when it's not even about you and it's not even about them. You're just not, you know, supposed to be together, and it happens. So yes, just be okay with not being liked. It's a good thing, you're human. If everybody liked you, there'd be something wrong. Honestly, if everybody liked you, there really would be something wrong. So just be okay with it, like, okay, you don't like me, that's all right, I'm moving right along, you know? It's okay. And then number 3 of the things that I wish I had grasped earlier is forgive and let go. I didn't say forgive and forget, because most of the time you just can't do that, right? It's just not natural to forgive and, you know, forget. But it's really very important for your own sake. I think that's where we miss it, is that we think forgiveness is for the other person, and we've heard this enough times to know it's not for the other person. It's not even about the other person, you know? When you forgive, you free yourself from that person, from the hurt, and from the situation, you know? It's not even about that other person. And the mistake we make is that we think that forgiving this person is condoning their behavior. No. If the person hurt you, if they were wrong, it remains what it is. But you don't have to carry that throughout your whole life. And also, don't wait for the person to apologize. You know, don't be like, oh, I won't forgive until they say they're sorry. What if they don't? What if they don't say they're sorry? What if they're not sorry? You know what then? You can't put your life on hold, and you can't let bitterness and anger and resentment eat you up because of another person, you know? We all have things that we're dealing with. We're all working on ourselves, we're all evolving, hopefully we're all growing, you know? So maybe at this point that person doesn't really see what they've done, and yet you're dealing with it and you're holding on to this anger forever, while this person might not even really be aware of, you know, what they did. Do you understand? Or maybe not be aware of the impact that it had on you, you know? So definitely I wish I had learned, you know what? It's okay to forgive. You are doing yourself a service, honestly. You love yourself enough to cut yourself off from the toxicity and the negativity of this person or this situation, and you just work on, you know, protecting yourself, your peace. So yes, forgive and let go. Okay, and then number 4 is that I wish I had grasped that no is not a bad word. And it's a complete sentence. It's so hard for us to say no because, I mean, we want to be liked and, we want to make the people in our lives happy. So saying no really is such a hard thing for most people to say. And understand that you don't even owe anybody an explanation. No is no. That's it. And like we've said before, the people that get upset with you setting boundaries are people that have benefited from you not having boundaries, So somebody get upset because you said no, and I'm talking about upset to the point where it doesn't really make sense. Like, why would you be that upset? Yes, people are allowed to be upset when you say no because it's uncomfortable. No one wants to be denied. We never want to hear no. So how much more the people in our lives, right? But we need to learn to set healthy boundaries. Saying no is not a bad thing, and don't make excuses for it. Don't try and, make the other person feel better about it. It's just no. And I think the thing is that we need to understand that we teach people how to treat us. And so if you don't set any boundaries for yourself, nobody's really going to respect your boundaries because there are no boundaries, So when you teach people that, no, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to go there, or this is just not me, people learn to accept that about you, and they actually even learn to predict your behavior. Like, okay, Lebu's not going to do that, so let's not even bother, asking her. So be okay with saying no. It's really not a bad word, and the more you say it, the more you'll get used to saying it, and realizing that it really isn't so bad. Number 5 is, I actually wanted number 5 to be men aren't trash, but I'm just thinking generally because we are in a generation where relationships are a bit tricky for us. But number 5 is that relationships aren't bad, and I'm talking about relationships that are romantic or just platonic. It's not bad. The saying that boys and girls can't be friends? Guys, grow up. We can be friends. So I think the reason why we all just kind of shun relationships or we don't even try or whatever is because we've been in relationships that have been very unhealthy, very toxic, non-beneficial. And so we've just assumed, all relationships are bad. We've generalized that. I'm not doing that, anymore. And unfortunately, being the beings that we are relational creatures, and we need relationship, Just what we need to learn is to differentiate, don't get into the same mess you've been in before. Don't get trapped in the same cycles. Do you understand? So I wish I had learned that earlier because it would have helped me realize that what you are is what you attract. So if I'm out here saying, men are trash, can't be trusted, this and that, that's exactly what I'm going to attract. I'm going to attract this very same man that I say I don't want because I'm focusing on that so much that that's what the universe is going to bring to me, That's what my vibrations are sending out. So I think that's the thing. We need to be careful what it is that we focus on. Not all men are bad. Not all women are bad, But if you're focusing so much on the bad ones, you even miss out on the really, really good people. Because as much as, focusing in on the bad attracts the bad that you don't want, focusing on the bad also repels the good, because somebody good might be wanting to come into your life, but all this negativity that is around you, they can't break through that. So yes, number 5, relationships are not bad. Learn from the past relationships. Learn from, whatever mistakes you feel you made in the relationship. Learn the kind of person that you attract and why. There's a reason why we attract the people we attract, and work on that in yourself, and then learn to attract better, healthier relationships. And then number 6 is take care of your whole being. Okay, I'm talking mind, body, spirit. The reason why I wish I had gotten this earlier is because we focus in so much on the physical appearance. You see a stretch mark, you've got a fupanyana, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I'm so this. And it's really not all that deep, or rather it's really not that shallow. You're more than just a body. You understand? So yes, learn to take care of every part of you, everything that makes you who you are. Because what does it help for you to have this beautiful, sexy, drop dead, gorgeous body, and yet inside you are broken? You're an absolute mess. You know what I'm saying? And you have this body, but really you're not even healthy. You know, so yes, learn to take care of every part of you. You're not just one thing, you know, and I feel like that's very important to learn, especially now, or rather to grasp, especially now, because we're living in such a superficial, materialistic world that nobody really cares what's going on inside you. We just care about the things we can see. You know, I care about your body, your car, your house, all the things that really at the end of the day don't even really matter. I'm not even really that important. So yes, you are more than just one component, you know, and if one part of you is not well, then the rest of you is not well either. No matter how hard you try to hide it, it's not well. So yes, number 5, take care of your whole being. Okay, and then number 7 is don't idolize anyone. You know, don't put anyone on a pedestal. One, no one is that perfect. And 2, no one needs that pressure. You know, when you put somebody on a pedestal, you're expecting a lot more from them than what they can give, and that is not fair. No one is perfect. So putting somebody up on a pedestal is really just you setting yourself up for a lot of heartache and a lot of disappointment, because no one could ever be able to live that out. It's okay to admire people, to have respect for people, to be motivated by people, but the minute somebody becomes almost like an idol in your life, that's really, really unhealthy. So yeah, number 7, really sweet and simple. Don't put anybody on a pedestal. Love the people in your life, cherish the people in your life, respect the people in your life, but remember that at the end of the day, they really are just people. And then number 8 is it's okay to fail. It's really okay to fail. In fact, it's kind of expected to fail. You know, if you're not failing at anything, it means you're not even trying anything, you know? Failing is kind of good because it teaches you what to not do. You know, it teaches you what to do differently. I feel like we're so scared to even try anything these days because we're so afraid of failure, because we expect so much of ourselves, because we try to please the society we live in that is so production based, that we don't realize, I mean, you need to fail at something. We all actually fail at something. And most of the time, when you failed, you realize, oh, I'm glad I actually went through that because now I know better. You know, I feel like we look at failure like that. It's not a bad thing. Look at it as, well, now I know, you know, what to do. You know, I know how to do things and I know how not to do things, because I tried that once and it didn't work. So why would you do it again? You know, and how would you know not to do it if you never tried and failed? You know, so be okay with failing. Try something, you fail at it. Try something, you fail at it, and just be okay with that and not make it such a bad thing. I think we've just so demonized failing. Like, how could you fail? And that's the thing, is that people always attach their failure to who they are. And no, you are not a failure. You're not a failure at all. Even if something doesn't work out, you are not a failure. These things just happen. You're learning. You're a student. We're on this planet Earth. We're learning every single day. And that's just what being a human is. You know, being alive. That's what it's about. Nobody gets everything right all the time. What's more important is how you handle the failure and how you move forward from there. I mean, this whole video is based on my failures, right? My failures to get these things, to learn these lessons. And you guys are benefiting from it. You know, I'm benefiting from it. So it's not such a bad thing. Honestly, just be okay with, you know, sometimes some things just won't work out. And that's just it. It just happens. And then number 9 is that life is short. You guys, life is insanely short. And I mean, with this whole panoramic that we've all been dealing with, it's just given a whole new meaning to, you know, the saying life is short. I feel like right now life is shorter, you know? But I think we need to understand, honestly, that life is short. And, you know, we're not guaranteed anything. I read this quote on, I think, Pinterest, and it said, everyone is going to have a lost day with you, and you don't even know when that day is. Everybody in your life is going to have a lost day with you, and you don't even know when that day is. And that just broke my heart, because how true is that? And we don't even know. Like, we can't predict it, you know. And we just take people so for granted that, you know, I'll see you next year, I'll see you tomorrow. What if you don't? You know, and the likelihood is that you might not. You know, so we need to learn to respect life, and, you know, love and cherish the people that are in our lives while we still have them. Because we can just be so arrogant about, you know, next year, tomorrow, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, this is what I'm going to do. And you don't even know if you have the next hour. You don't even know if you're guaranteed the next hour. You know, so learn to live in such a way that you always remember, you know what, I could literally be gone tomorrow, or this person that I love could be gone tomorrow. And cherish every moment that you spend with these people. Cherish every moment that you're alive. Cherish every moment that you wake up. Listen, cherish that breath, you know, the fact that you are still blessed to be breathing. Don't ever take that for granted. Don't ever take your life for granted, because I promise you one day it will end. And what will you have to show for it? And then number 10 is, you are perfect just the way you are. No, but seriously, number 10 is, you are perfect just the way that you are, right? This is a Taking Leaves channel, and so, I mean, no episode would be complete without me telling you just how awesome you are, right? So yes, number 10 is that I wish I had understood and grasped and accepted the fact that I'm perfect just the way that I am. It really doesn't matter who says what. I'm gonna be me. You know, God saw it fit that there should be a me with my personality in this world. And so who am I to, you know, think differently? Who am I to disagree? You know, yes, we work on ourselves daily, we improve daily and all of that stuff, but you just as the person that you are, you just being you, you are perfect. You're absolutely 100% perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. So stop being so hard on yourself. Honestly, just stop being so hard on yourself. And learn to embrace yourself, the good and the bad. You know, we've all got flaws. I feel like it's such a sad existence. It's such a sad life to live and not love yourself. You know, I'm not talking about, be full of yourself, be arrogant, self-centered, love. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a healthy self-appreciation, and celebration. Every now and then celebrate yourself, So yeah, guys, these are the 10 things that I wish I had grasped earlier, and I really, really hope that this video is helping somebody, but there's a reason for everything. There's a reason why we go through what we go through, and it's always going to work out for your good. I mean, I don't care how bad it is, I don't care how bad it looks, everything always in the end works out for your good and for your benefit. And so either way, you always win, all these lessons that life teaches us, no matter how much they hurt, at the end of the day, they really help us. And most of the time, the beautiful thing about life's hurts and mistakes is that they can help another person, and what's better than that, right? What's better than seeing somebody else, guiding somebody else, helping somebody else not make the same mistakes as you, not fall into the same ditches you did, So yes, you guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and that you will think about the things that we've just spoken about, and that we'll talk, we'll get a conversation going, and that we'll really take it more seriously, the lessons that life has to teach us, and hopefully learn them the first time, okay? Learn them the first time around. Save yourself the time, the stress, the pain, girl. Okay, that's all I have to say. So yes, you guys, don't forget to do the things. I'm not gonna say them in this video. You guys already know. You guys already know, but just okay, don't forget. and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.